The Fisher&Paykel Healthcare FlexiTrunk interface has been developed to facilitate the delivery of CPAP therapy to infants. The interface is designed for use with the F&P's Bubble CPAP system and other compatible nasal CPAP and non-invasive expiratory-resistant CPAP systems. The FlexiTrunk interface consists of the nasal tubing, nasal prongs or masks, and infant bonnet or headgear. Chin straps are also available to manage mouth leaks. The purpose of the in-service video is to explain how to correctly fit and use the nasal tubing, nasal prongs or mask, and bonnet or headgear. Note: this demonstration is for illustrative purposes only. Fitting the bonnet. Measure the infant's head circumference in centimeters. Choose the correct size bonnet. The bonnet should be snug-fitting, therefore, when between sizes, opt to use the smaller size bonnet of the two. Stretch the bonnet with your hands initially for ease of placement. Slip the bonnet onto the infant's head, completely covering the ears and with the back edge of the bonnet at the base of the neck. The front edge of the bonnet should be just above or on the eyebrows. If bonnet becomes loose during prolonged usage, replace bonnet. Warning: do not cover the infant's face with the infant bonnet, as suffocation may occur. Prongs and mask sizing. Use the sizing guide to choose suitable prongs or mask. The mask should not touch the edge of the nose, septum, or the eyes. Prongs should fill the nares completely without stretching the skin. Use the biggest possible size. Sizing the FlexiTrunk nasal tubing. Choose the correct length of nasal tubing. Use the shortest length possible. The clear tubing should not extend over the infant's forehead. Attaching the prongs or nasal mask. Connect the prongs or mask to the nasal tubing, ensuring that it is inserted fully. If using prongs, squeeze sides of prongs firmly to expose grooves. Start from one end and insert the prong grooves into the nasal tubing. Push the end in firmly. Attaching the FlexiTrunk. Remove the tear-off foam strips as required to adjust the nasal tubing angle to optimize the seal. The nasal tubing should be parallel to the infant's face, not slanted upwards or downwards. Do not discard the tear-off strips, as they will be needed when alternating between nasal prongs and masks. Connecting the FlexiTrunk nasal tubing to the circuit. Attach the circuit to the nasal tubing in either orientation. Refer to instructions provided by circuit manufacturer for more detail. Setting gas flow. Set gas flow to prescribed level. Turn the humidifier on. Refer to manufacturer's instructions. Place hand close to nasal prongs or mask to ensure that there is gas flow present. Fitting the FlexiTrunk interface on the patient. Inserting prongs. If using prongs, clear nasal secretions before inserting the nasal prongs. Ensure the nasal prongs are positioned at least 2 millimeters, 0.08 inches, from the septum to avoid pressure necrosis. Adjust as necessary. Hourly checks of the septum integrity are recommended. Mask placement. If using the mask, connect to patient by placing mask around nose. The mask should sit comfortably around the patient's nose. It must not occlude the nostrils or touch the septum and should not be over the lip or over the eyes. Securing the FlexiTrunk. Set height of the foam block by adding or removing tear-off strips. Setups with masks may require adding strips for proper positioning. Place strap over the foam block and tighten to hold the tubing firmly in place. Hook the clips from the side straps of the bonnet to the glider. Pull both straps at the same time for central positioning. Affix the round Velcro tabs to the blue strap of the bonnet. Use the least tension possible to maintain the prescribed CPAP level and stability of the interface. Note: Disconnect FlexiTrunk gently by twisting the connectors. Do not pull forcefully, as this may damage the tubing. Additional information. Check patient frequently for signs of redness, pressure sores, or irritation that may result from extended prong or mask use. Hourly checks are recommended. Alternating between mask and prongs can reduce the risk of irritation. Alternating is recommended every 4 to 6 hours. Positioning of the mask should be adjusted for best fit and minimal leak. If excessive leak is still present, flow may be increased to compensate. Maximum allowable flow rate is 15 liters per minute. Check condensate regularly and drain as required. Important. Always refer to the user instructions supplied with the product for full setup instructions, warnings, cautions, and contraindications. We hope you have found this in-service video on the Fisher & Paykel Healthcare FlexiTrunk interface informative. Please contact your local representative for further information about the FlexiTrunk interface or any other Fisher & Paykel healthcare products or therapies, or visit www.fphcare.com.